This is one of the most powerful stories you could ever hear. A true story about a Moroccan family who decided to travel without planning anything in advance. They rented a house in a quiet place, unaware that nearby there was a small grocery shop that never closed. A shop whose owner carried a dark secret. A story unlike any other. Strange things began to happen in that place, and this story carries a warning. Sometimes danger comes from places you would never expect without you even realizing it. What is the story of the shop owner, and what is the truth behind that place? To understand what really happened, I must tell you the story from the very beginning. I missed you all so much, and I truly hope I never became annoying to you. Maybe one day you'll say, "All right, that's enough of him," but I hope not. May God grant you success, whether in work or in your studies. Don't forget to support with a like or a share if you can. But honestly, the most important thing for me is that you enjoy what I do. Even if you don't like, even if you don't comment, even if you don't subscribe, if you felt happy, if you enjoyed your time, then that alone is my true reward. Tell me your opinion in the comments. Do you want me to make these stories as short videos and divide them into different parts? In 2005 or 2006, a young woman named Chima shared the story of her family. At that time, she was 19 years old. Her brother, Jawad, was 3 years older than her. They lived together as a simple Moroccan family, a father, a mother, 2 children. Nothing special, nothing unusual. They weren't rich, but they lived a normal life, just like everyone else. From time to time, they would take their old car and travel. They had a beautiful habit. Sometimes, while driving, they would suddenly like a place and decide to stay there for 3 days. Sometimes even 15 days. No planning, no reservations. Wherever their feet took them, they went. Back then, renting a house was different from today. Houses were not furnished. You had to bring everything with you: mattresses, blankets, mats, pots, pans, everything. The car would be completely full, like they were moving house. It was winter vacation. They were tired from school and work. Cold weather, rain, that kind of cold that makes you feel heavy and exhausted. Jawad suggested to his father, "Why don't we travel? Staying at home is suffocating." His father replied calmly, "All right, where do you want to go?" They didn't have much money, just enough for rent and fuel. "Let's go somewhere cold, anywhere that matches this winter weather." The father agreed. "Prepare yourselves. Tomorrow morning, God willing, we leave." They had no idea where they were going. They planned to ask people once they arrived. At dawn, they hit the road. Chima and Jawad sat in the back, talking about nothing in particular. Time passed. Cities came and went. They passed Fez. They showed up to Afran and kept driving. From early morning until midnight. And that's when they arrived at a small village. A quiet village. Cold air. No snow, but freezing weather. It felt cinematic. The father asked, "What do you think? Should we stay here?" For some reason, the place felt right. They decided to stop. And that's when the second phase of the story began. That same night, after the family rented a small house in the village, they realized something important. There was no nearby market. The village was quiet, too quiet. The father said calmly, "We need food. Let's look around." They walked for a few minutes until they noticed a small grocery shop. A tiny shop, old, dimly lit, but what was strange was that it was still open. It was late at night, very late. Inside the shop stood an old man, tall, thin, silent. He didn't smile, he didn't speak much. His eyes were fixed on them as if he already knew them. The father greeted him politely. The old man replied with a cold nod. They bought some basic supplies, bread, milk, a few cans. While Jawad was paying, Chaima noticed something disturbing. The old man never blinked, not once. As they were leaving, the old man spoke in a low voice. "If you need anything, the shop is always open." Always. That word echoed in her mind. That night, Chaima couldn't sleep. The first night passed quietly, but the second night was different. At exactly 3 a.m., Chaima woke up, not because of noise, but because of silence. A heavy silence. Then she heard it. Footsteps. Slow. Dragging. Outside the house. She froze. The footsteps stopped, right in front of their door. Silence again. Then they walked away. The next morning, she told her brother. Jawad laughed. "You're imagining things." But that same night, he heard them too. On the third day, the father spoke to a local man. He asked him about the shop. The man's face changed instantly. "You don't know him?" the man whispered. "That shop, it should have closed years ago." The father felt a chill. The man continued. "The owner lost his entire family, one by one, under strange circumstances. Some said he practices forbidden rituals. Others said he made a pact." The father thanked him and left, but it was already too late. That night, the footsteps returned. Closer, louder. The door handle moved. The father stood up. He opened the door. There was no one. Only a small bag on the ground. Inside it was the same food they bought, with a note. "You forgot this." They packed their things at dawn. They left without looking back. The shop was open, as always. The old man was standing there, watching, not blinking. Years later, Chaimea still remembers that place. She never returned. Some places don't want visitors, and some doors should never be opened. This story is real. And the scariest part? It could happen to anyone. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to subscribe.